If you're currently dealing with a heavy weight you can't quite name, like you're moving through your days underwater, then this pack is for you. Hi, my name is David William Pearce. I'm an alignment specialist, and I'm here to guide you through the process of grief. For those navigating the still dense fog of depression, especially when it feels like your energy has disappeared and your inner compass is spinning, then this is for you. If you've tried pushing through, performing your way out, only to feel more disconnected and depleted, then this pack is your permission slip. In it, you'll find a mantra in Sanskrit to attune your body to support. A Tantric Insight to help you understand the sacredness of this season, and a story that wraps it all together so that you can sit, close your eyes, either be still or move, and allow the transformation to wash through you and clear it out. A sacred pause, an invitation to let this mean something, to let the moment of low tide reveal what's ready to be reimagined. So let's get into it. Let's get into the mantra. Mantra designed to vibrate at the essence of what they point to. So you become the thing that you speak. Quite literally, you manifest it into being. Perhaps not straight away. It can take time for vibration to solidify into manifest tangible reality. But the mantra are designed to support that and let that vibration reverberate through you to clear out anything that's stuck and solidify, strengthen anything that's wanting to be created. So your mantra for this pack is Shraddha Iksha, belief, will. Shraddha Iksha. Shraddha means belief, faith, or trust, and Iksha is divine will, desire, intention. This mantra is like a gentle thread, weaving belief and will into one sacred movement. When grief dulls your spark, Shraddha Iksha becomes your bridge back to inner action, not by force, but through remembering that even now, in your lowest moments, your belief in life can reignite your will to live. Repeating it softly can help you feel your subtle strength returning word by word. Shraddha Iksha, belief, will. A little tantric insight to this fourth day of grief, depression. I'll share a little personal anecdote in a little bit, but first, I just want to share how Tantra teaches that energy follows alignment. When we are deeply out of alignment, living from stories that aren't ours, striving for love in ways that costs us our soul, the energy body begins to shut down. Depression, in this light, isn't a sign of failure. It's a sacred pause, the first step in healing. So by honoring the body's request to slow down and listening gently for what wants to be remembered, we allow grace to re-enter our being. The divine doesn't need you to perform your way out of the dark, just to sit still long enough for the sun to rise again inside you. So I've experienced a depressive state multiple times in my life now. Each one different, each one very, very interesting. But the underlying thread through all of them is that I had no will. I was so devoid of energy and desire to do anything. I just wanted to lay and had no life force energy, it felt. And what I see depressive state as, or what it has been for me, is this invitation from life, God, the universe, whatever label you want to ascribe to it, for a deep reset, where I've been so out of alignment with my essence nature, with the flow of life. I've been fighting against it rather than flowing with it, that it's beaten me down to the point where I can't not listen. And my life force energy, my prana, has become so low that all I can muster the energy for is basically just staying alive. And in that space, I had the opportunity, I received the opportunity in that stillness to really contemplate, to really sit what was with me and out of alignment. And from that came the recognition of the change that needed to occur internally so that my external reality reflected it. And this is the value of alignment work and integration practices. So to summarize, reflecting on this integration question helps transform depression from something to escape into something to learn from, by treating exhaustion as our teacher, not as a weakness. We open the door to rebalancing our beliefs, realigning with our purpose, and reanimating our life with compassion. Then we're given the opportunity to realize that we're not behind. You're just rebooting. So if you're still listening and you're ready to move through your depression, whether you're in a process of grief or not, then an invitation to sit down, lie down, close your eyes, or move if that feels better for you, and allow this story to wash over you, move through you, and inspire fire, Agni, to burn out anything that's no longer serving and reignite the spark within you that's waiting to be fanned into a roaring flame, the phoenix rising. Enjoy. Sruddha Agni, faith, fire. Dear adventurer, once upon a time, in a quiet village tucked between mountains and mist, there lived a boy named Prem. He was known for his curiosity, always climbing trees, sketching clouds, whispering to bees. But one autumn, something changed. The skies grew heavier, the forest stopped singing, and Prem, he stopped moving. He lay in bed most days, staring out the window, wondering if the joy he once knew had packed up and gone forever. One night, a knock echoed through his cabin. At the door stood an old woman cloaked in blue smoke and red thread. "You've been chosen," she said, handing him a small stone that pulsed with warmth. "It's time for your reset." "But I'm tired," Prem whispered. "I don't feel chosen. I feel broken." "That's because you're in the cave," she smiled. "All fire begins in darkness." So she led him to a grove deep in the woods where others sat in silence, each holding stones that glowed faintly like coals in the night. Together, they didn't speak much. They rested, breathed, trusted. And in that stillness, Prem's stone began to hum. Not loudly, but enough to remind him that something sacred still lived inside, that the silence wasn't his enemy, it was the waiting room of his becoming. When he finally returned to the village, he wasn't the same boy. He moved slower, softer, but with a kind of presence that turned even the smallest gestures into sparks. He'd carry that stone in his pocket, always. And when someone else stopped moving, he'd sit with them, wordless, and wait for their fire to hum to. Shraddha Agni, faith, fire.